Right now, my kids are working in teams to produce academic papers in one of several topics in modern American history. Each team member has a job. But for this video, I don't want to go into all the jobs. I just want to talk about the archivist. The archivist is the guardian of process. Second in charge to the program manager, the archivist makes sure that everyone is getting her or his work done. The archivist also writes a short 500 to 600 word report for me each Friday. I was reading one of these reports on a Saturday when I read that the archivist was concerned. The team was keeping up with their work, but they weren't communicating with one another. The archivist seemed to think that maybe people were angry with one another, and that's what was causing the silence. A short but difficult conversation on Monday revealed that each of the team members were feeling a very similar way. Nobody was angry at one another. Instead, everybody was a little bit fearful that the other team members were angry or somehow resentful, and that was keeping everybody silent. The team realized that they needed to spend time talking to one another. They needed to talk about non-academic topics. They needed to have a little bit of fun and maybe even grow as friends. They realized that the breaks could be just as important to the process as the work. My students don't know this, but they've got the Center for Teaching Quality to thank for this reflective time. Here's just one example. Before my involvement with CTQ, I would go to professional developments, sit and get, and then dutifully place the binder on the shelf with all the other binders. Over the past decade, however, I've spent nearly every evening of every conference writing about the training I was going through and imagining how my students were going to respond to the changes I would make in our class. The opportunity to reflect on my own learning and the time I took thinking about how those new lessons or pedagogies would become real for my students have led to substantial changes in how my kids learn. The job of the archivist and their reflective report is a direct result from my growth as a reflective teacher. When I think about it, I have to acknowledge how fortunate I am. I'm lucky that I found CTQ and the collaboratory, because in addition to the teachers I can talk to around the photocopier, I have literally hundreds of colleagues across state lines and across time zones who share my passion for high quality learning. My career as a teacher, and more importantly, my students' experiences in the classroom are richer because of the Center for Teaching Quality.